Is forgiveness real? Helene soon retired from her practice. Feeling buoyed by the experience I'd had with Helene of opening up without cracking down the seams, I thought I could continue to explore options to heal myself. I was told about a local clinical hypnotherapist who had helped a friend lose weight. Despite the fundamental idea of it being helping me lose weight, very soon the sexual abuse came to the surface for attention. I had read and heard from other sources that weight problems can be related to trauma. That could involve holding on to weight to keep ourselves comforted and safe, self-harm, or subconscious attempts to not attract attention. Also, I knew many people had issues surrounding body image, caused by the diet-driven, calorie-counting years we grew up in. What I felt instinctively, though, was that weight is never the problem. Therefore, it didn't surprise me when the issue of my abuse came up. I asked the hypnotherapist if it was possible to forgive someone who had abused me. Can hypnosis help me do that? She said it wouldn't hurt to try if I'd like to focus on that, and we scheduled to work on forgiveness in the next week's session. I remember one moment under hypnosis that I visualised both Mum and Daryl attached to cords tied around their waists. I was holding the other end of each cord. They were sent floating up into the sky like helium balloons. Mum was in full colour, wearing a flowery nightie and a shiny red silk cord around her waist. Daryl was grey-skinned and in grey clothes with a barbed wire belt for his cord. I was attempting a practice aimed at forgiving both of them, which I wasn't sure was possible at that stage, but it felt good to try. I visualised Mum as soft, pale and clay-like. She was wearing her nightie, as she so often did when we all lived at home. She floated back to earth. She could be loved as she was. She was who she was back then and now. I couldn't expect anything from her or change what had happened between us. The red cord dropped away from her waist and I dropped my end of the cord to the ground, free. Daryl came back to earth, remaining grey, sour-faced and stone-like. The hypnotherapist suggested I cut the barbed wire cord, which, considering what it was made of, would need a chainsaw. The most significant realisation I got from this exercise was that forgiving Daryl didn't have to look like what I had imagined forgiveness to be. I could feel inside me that it wasn't actually about excusing or absolving his actions. Forgiving Daryl was more about seeing the reality of something damaged about him, which made him sexually deviant towards his little sister. Cutting through that barbed wire required focus and strength to keep me safe, but I did it. The process was not sunshine and rainbows. I didn't rejoice and welcome him with open arms as if nothing had ever happened, but I knew that any bonds Daryl ever held over my heart were cut loose. Deep down in my soul, I knew he would never be someone I would trust. Through his actions, Daryl had forfeited a place in my life forever. At that time, that gave me a sense of peace.